Alright guys, so welcome to episode 20 of From the Depths. Um, alright, so currently we've got our command ship naval test at 99% health, so it's doing alright. Should probably hit that button. And then, as soon as something gets close enough, it should be able to start repairing it. So, bring the fighter over. And I can kind of just get it back up to full health. So yeah, we've also got this fortress here. It's kind of building up some materials, doing its own thing. Way back over here, we got the Stralsund at 57%. Absolutely getting there. Slowly but surely, it is getting there. Simultaneously, yeah, bringing a big old load of fuel over with the transport ship there. And we've got, yeah, that random anti-air type vehicle there. About another 10,000 materials. So, what we've got on us, really, is we got 10.5k over there. We got 500 sitting at the fortress. We got another 23k here. So we're doing alright. We've got, a good 35,000 resources, which is solid. Puts us into a pretty strong position, to be honest. So, this is low on fuel, so this place doesn't actually currently generate any fuel, and we are totally still using it up. So one thing I would like to set up at some point, probably honestly, would be some fuel production here. But what I'll do is I'll probably go into the creative mode and sort of customize a fortress in there, and then go into this. And if I can retrofit it, it'll basically just convert the whole fortress straight over and just take the resources. So that's probably the approach I'm going to take with that, as it would make it a lot easier. I had been thinking about that. I was thinking about maybe possibly even live streaming the construction episodes, just because they're such long episodes. They're so involved that it is rather difficult to kind of keep up. It's a little too much to edit down into short, digestible episodes, I guess. So maybe doing a live stream format for that might be a bit better. This allows me to go through everything in detail and sort of customize it all. But we're doing pretty well. So we got Janwall, whatever over here. I'm only assuming that's pretty much where we got to keep pushing out to. Now, I would kind of I'm half tempted to sort of actually push up this way and try and secure the north a bit more. Just to make sure we're not going to have anything coming around the islands and hitting us here. If it does so, we're probably going to be in for a bad time. Now, so since we got so much resources sitting over here, I could probably take another fighter and sort of start constructing that over here. So that might even be an option, to send a fighter up north to scout, and then keep pushing out to the right with these. So it's probably the approach I'm going to go with. Let's quickly sort that out if we can. So that's the fortress. Play it, teleport to it. Alright. And right about here. Load vehicle, fuel-based fighter. Yep, so we can afford, just barely afford one of those. But once we do, it does mean, yeah, a whole new unit to be messing about doing its thing. I can hear a bit of background noise. I'm hoping that's not getting picked up by the microphone. If so, whoops. Okay, there we go. So this is repairing itself as well. Looks like it just did. Good stuff. Now it's also stocking this up with materials, so what I might do is take that down to high levels so that it doesn't overdo it. Nimble fighter full. Yeah, full materials, yeah, that's probably what I'll stick with. Alright, so we'll use this fighter to start scouting around this way, and this fighter could already be done, because they are really cheap to build. Okay, so it is kinda sorta done. It's just we didn't technically have quite enough resources to finish it off here. On the other hand, hang on. It looks like the resource zone here has sort of disappeared. I haven't run into this before, but I'm gonna take a stab in the dark and assume that we've actually depleted this area. I'm pretty sure that's what's just happened. Which, if that's the case, I mean, kinda sad, boys, but could be worse. Right, so I might need to actually send the cargo ship, which will send the cargo ship up to that area. Hopefully it gets through safely. Yeah, it definitely looks like this resource zone has actually completely depleted on us. So I wasn't sure what would happen under the circumstances, if it would go down to like bare minimum resource generation, or whether it would completely disappear. It appears it does disappear entirely. So what we're going to do is we're going to scrap that fortress and build the fighter. Alright, so with the fighter built, we can now start scouting in this direction. Now I gotta be kind of careful that I don't end up with one of the fighters blockaded. That would be bad. I prefer to keep the fighters in a situation where they can retreat, as they are sort of meant to be more sort of hit and run type situation vehicles. High speed interceptors and so forth. Okay, so I'm really hoping that background noise isn't being picked up though, as there are people being quite noisy in the area. If it is, it just is going to need a whole bunch of editing for me. Oh, here we go. Alright, so we got... Let's chill out here for a sec. Let's see what they've got. So they got a... Ooh. Oh, okay, so they're not mucking about. Alright. Alright, so welcome back, guys. To episode 20 of From the Depths. Yeah, so... It's been a couple of days. There is good reason for this. I did actually... I sort of had a look at the force that's coming, and yeah, we're gonna need some upgrades to be able to take that fight. So, one thing I wanted to do, hop to this force, check for newer versions, and then, yep, so it immediately upgraded, good stuff. Okay, need to do the same with this fighter. Warp to this force, check for newer versions, yep. Now, I think I still need to do some work with the lure code, which won't take much work to do if we do need to do that, but that can be done in time for the next fight. I think I'm going to take this fight a bit closer to the island to try and get another vehicle up. And if I can do that, it should help. Now, that deals with the command ship getting upgraded, both of these nimble fighters should be upgraded. Okay, so I can also bring another fighter in, I believe. Now, I probably don't want to actually bring this too close. I was going to bring this back here for repairs, but that would actually accomplish the opposite, because the Strawsland would be taking all the resources, so probably shouldn't do that. Okay, chuck this ship over here. I might try and form these up into a fleet so that our fuel ship can actually safely travel along there. Okay. So that should work out. Whoa! Well, okay, alright, okay, we gotta fight. Yeah, we got time for this, it's fine. Let's still finish fiddling around with whatever we need to on the map afterwards. Alright, so make sure I have warp to the force, begin the battle. Okay, so this thing should be fine to do this on its own. I shouldn't really need to touch a thing on it. Oh, there we go. Perfect. I'm not going to be able to get close enough. Alright, so that's a bunch of resources, I guess. Oh, get out of there, fighter. Alright, so pull that force out of play. We didn't really make much out of that. I mean, we used more on ammo production. Should turn off the ammo processes. Yeah, I think we used more in generating ammo for that fight than we did gain from it, but that's fine. On the other hand, this fighter now should be ready to go, and we have a ton of resources sitting here, so what I might do... don't know which vehicle I want to bring in, because there's more than one vehicle I could go with here. Now, I could bring in another fighter. I've got a Lua version, which should be able to be used as essentially a wingman for me, and go in and take them on. Or I could have a look at the cram drones, because they've had work done. Now, they are rather expensive, but that could be pretty useful. But I think I might go another... yeah, I'll go another fighter. I could actually even set up like a pack of fighters, to be honest. Why not? Let's do it. Alright, so over to here. Okay, so you pull these forces out of play and start repairs. Pull these forces out of play and start repairs.
Moving out. Moving out.
Okay, so you three are going to be in a fleet.
Moving out. Moving out.
Alright, good stuff. Now they should be all set up. I shouldn't have to... yep, that's the flagship, good stuff. I shouldn't have to change anything on them. They should be just ready to fight.
Moving out.
Now... they are, yep, complete, good stuff. Alright, so they got built pretty quickly, not bad.
Moving out.
Alright, so I might give it a quick save up. And then, maybe, oh no. Actually, I think we've got a little more time. Yep, so we'll leave these here, because this fight's probably going to be a long one, so we'll try and get it done in the next episode. So we'll just let them approach a bit closer. For now, what I can do is probably take this fighter out and have a bit of fun. I've been thinking about it. This thing is currently worth 5 fighters. So I don't know if I will end up finishing off the Strawsland, or if I might just pump a whole bunch of fighters out of here and just send a couple of squadrons out to sort of start fights.
Moving out. Moving out.
Now this one,
Moving out.
I think I'm gonna
Moving out. Moving out. Moving out.
sort of send to scout around there. I should probably even set up like a patrol thing for it. Alright. We got the command ships all done. The fortress here is still gathering resources. Let me mouse over the zone, damn it. Alright, so yeah, we still got an alright amount of resources in the reserve. We could probably get another 2 more fighters out of that area and push on. Now, I believe, I'm going to assume that the enemy's main resource zone, like their primary fortress, which we're supposed to take, is going to be like ours, where it'll have just a continuous, like infinite reserve. In which case, each faction we take out, we should be able to grow a bit stronger, in terms of continuous output of resources, which would be good. I could definitely use that, just to keep everything fueled up and running. Because having the one fuel zone here, until I can get like solid transport out here, pretty much just going to have a hard time getting fuel back and forth to the forward groups. But at the same time, we're doing alright out here. I mean, that thing's holding 32,000 on its own. We got another almost 50,000 fuel heading out there. So we should be okay. Should be able to run for a while. Getting some electric fighters into the fight may also be an idea, so I might get that done next episode. Alright, good. So there is a quick fight we can do out here. Just to finish up the episode, I wanted to have another fight. Oh, we got a sledge and a sledge, I believe. Alright, let's bully him. Alright, so jump into the fighter. Begin battle. I mean, I shouldn't have to control this anymore, but might do so just for a bit of fun. Okay, so gonna have to switch that over. All those missiles were as far up as they could get. I mean, there's... Alright, so actually no, we'll let it do its own thing and might just watch from a distance. Let's see if it can properly avoid those missiles. Yeah. Good stuff. Now yeah, the missile code is definitely going to need work. I have looked at that. But for now she fights fine enough. Ammunition's fine. Why are we not firing? Okay, missiles are set. We should be firing. What's going on here? There we go. Okay, might have just been like a weird bug going on with it. I also have to look over my missiles at some point, because while I have been making sure to set them all up identical, I do have those two missiles every time that are slightly different. It did not even attempt to avoid that. That's not good. I know it has missile detection behind it, so it should be attempting to avoid those. Strange. Alright, let's take control and let's see if we can make sure we don't get hit. Missiles have been launched. Alright. They definitely bring plenty of ammo to the fight. Alright, well, how high up can their missiles go? I mean, that's sort of the advantage to having the high altitude thrust on this ship. Do kind of want to, I guess, look around and see if I can find some lure codes set up for a high altitude fighter. That'll sort of hang around up here and use the high altitude to dodge missiles and such, because it's just really effective. Also against enemy guns. Because the higher up they got to shoot, the well, the bullets have got to fight gravity. Try and get all the way up there. Or the less damage they'll end up doing, even if they do make contact with most anti-air guns. And your flax, you shouldn't really have to worry too much about. Not way up in the sky. Oops. Those missiles are a little lost close. And we also already fired off that flare, so we gotta watch out for any missiles. We should be good. Probably should manually fire those. Oh yeah, alright, well I'll probably end up speeding this fight up, to be perfectly honest. Maybe in skipping through some of it. This is taking a while. Doesn't help when the missiles fly off into the distance. Way too high up, so it's just not happy about it. That's fine. They end up finding their targets. Alright, so those things seem crippled, and since the ship should be fine to take care of itself now. Oh, okay, back into the jet, and out. There we go. Should be able to commandeer this. Hopefully. If the fighter doesn't end up killing us. I mean, it could. There would be a bit of a, oh, hello. Bit of a downside. Thank you for the ship. Retreat. Did I just retreat my fight? Ah, crap. Okay, over to the other sledge. That was not what I intended to do there. This isn't great. Try and chase this sledge now. I didn't mean to cut the, pull the fighter out of that fight there, so... Let's see it. How's it going? Try and just break this propeller as we chase it down. Might be able to stop it in its tracks. No. Doesn't look like it. It's fine, we'll just get on board. Come on board. There we go. Alright. So we know from the last one whereabouts the AI was. It was down here somewhere, I think. Oh no, wait, was it right here? Yeah. Alright. In we get. Take the AI. Bob's your uncle. Alright. So, you two sledges need to head down this way. Pull them both out of play. There we go. Alright, so that should be it for this episode. Got ourselves a pair of sledges. They're worth... oh, they're worth like 4,000 each. Alright, good stuff. So that's another 8,000 resources going straight into the Strausland. So yeah, we'll probably just use this area to start sending stuff like that over and do what we can. Alright, so that's it for this episode, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a good one.